when you walk into a place meant for hope, faith, and community, violence has no business. But just around 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday, in a sacred space in Minneapolis, hope was shattered in an unspeakable moment of terror. Today, I want to take you through what we know so far about that day's tragedy, the heartbreaking facts, the human stories, and what it's awakening in communities and our nation. Let's approach this with compassion, clarity, and care. Morning of August 27, 2025. During the first week of school, students and staff gather at Annunciation Catholic School's church for Massachusetts. It's around 8:15 a.m., the start of the school year's spiritual moment. Shortly before 8:30 a.m., a gunman, dressed in black and heavily armed with a rifle, shotgun and pistol, approaches the church and begins firing through the stained glass windows. Dozens of rounds are unleashed. Immediate aftermath. 2 children, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old, are tragically killed where they Saturday. At least 17 others, including 14 children and 3 elderly parishioners, are injured. Fortunately, all surviving victims are expected to make it through. The shooter's death. The attacker then takes their own life in the church's parking lot, ending the horrific few minutes. Let's pause on the victims, not as numbers, but as precious lives. 2 young children, young, full of promise, lost in an instant, their lives forever paused in pews meant for prayer. Others, including friends and classmates, were wounded, trauma printed in flesh and memory, yet most are expected to survive. The 3 elderly parishioners wounded add another layer of vulnerability to this grief. Yet, amidst the heartbreak came acts of bravery. Teachers who threw their bodies on top of children to shield them. A young 5th grader, Weston Halson, told WCCO how a friend saved him by lying over him. Taking the bullet meant for both. FBI investigation. The FBI is treating this as an act of domestic terrorism and a hate crime targeting Catholics. Shooter's profile. Robin Westman, 23, legally purchased the weapons. No criminal history, but radical online behavior, including a self-posted video manifesto, is under scrutiny. Online content included disturbing messages written on ammunition and guns, ranging from anti-religious and anti-Semitic slogans to names of past shooters. Authorities found pre-scheduled videos, writings, and symbolic imagery connecting to extremist ideologies. Community leaders respond. Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara called the act incomprehensible cruelty and cowardice. Mayor Jacob Fry denounced targeting the transgender community during moments of grief, calling for humanity, not hate. Governor Tim Walz emphasized the unique horror of violence against children in a place meant for safety. Pope Leo XIV, Governor Walz, and Senator Amy Klobuchar all extended condolences, vowing support and healing. This tragic moment triggers deeper questions. School safety. How can sacred educational spaces, and especially schools, be better protected without turning them into fortresses? Community healing. Hundreds turned out for vigils, voices echoing prayers, hymns, and shared grief. These gatherings are not just emotional, they're a call for unity and action. Gun violence and hate. This attack combines mass violence, ideological hatred, and mental health tragedy. It's a stark reminder that policy debates and community safety go hand in hand. Media narratives and public discourse. Calls for thoughts and prayers feel hollow when children die in pews. Leaders insist it's time for real policy, empathy, and prevention, not performative sympathy. This is not just news. These were children. These were mothers, fathers, friends. And in their pews, their lives were cut short. Yet, in the chaos and fear, acts of love, like teachers protecting kids, a friend sacrificing safety, shone brightly. Let us honor them not with hashtags but with humanity. Let our grief be a turning point. May our words be followed by action on mental health, gun safety, and protecting sacred spaces. Please share your thoughts, your prayers, your personal experiences, but do so with respect. And if you're grieving, know you're not alone.